How you doing, TI family? This is Reginald coming back at you. And the subject that I wanted to talk about today, it took me a couple of days or a few days to see or to figure out if this is what I really wanted to talk about. Now, the subject that I'm going to talk about, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to make anyone scared. But as being a TI, I think it's an area or a subject that needs to be discussed. Now, the subject that I'm talking about today, I want everyone to know that I'm not pointing anybody out directly. I'm not pointing any sets out. I'm not pointing any race out. I'm not pointing any I'm not pointing any certain individuals out. But the subject that I want to talk about today, I wanted to talk about the dark arts and how they are connected to the targeted individuals. Now, when we start talking about dark arts, these dark arts, they have been around for hundreds or thousands of years. Now, with these dark arts, if you look at movies, you may see these being used for different reasons and different purposes, right? But now, here in 2019, these dark arts, they have started to increase. Now, me personally, what I think is the reason that some of these dark arts have increased are because just look at the individuals. A lot of people are getting secluded. A lot of people are spending a lot of time on technology, cell phones, computers, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. A lot of individuals have a lot of time to think, to get inside your head. And then also, when you get into these dark arts, a lot of individuals are looking at how they can come up. How can I get money? How can I get popularity? How can I get fame? And some individuals, they look towards the areas of these dark arts. Now, am I saying that is right? Or am I saying that is wrong? Most likely, me personally, from my aspect, I don't believe in delving in those dark arts areas. That's just me personally. Now, as being TIs, or just being individuals in purpose, what I do believe in is doing your research and understanding how these dark arts affect you in your everyday life, and especially as being a TI. Now, am I saying that I'm promoting getting into the dark arts? No. Am I saying I'm promoting practicing these dark arts? No. What I'm saying is, as being a TI, you must know your enemy. Just like I was in the military, as being a military soldier, anytime that it was time for you to go out to battle, you always had to know your enemy. Now, it's just like with the perps, the handlers, and the gang stalkers. These people, to a certain extent, they already know us. They already know what car you drive. They already know how you look. They already know where you're going to be. They already know what to do to get under your skin. But as being a TI, we have to know our enemies. We have to know what our gang stalkers are going to do, what our perpetrators are going to do. Even we have to know what our handlers are trying to do. That's just part of the game. Now, with these dark arts, And there's so many areas out there. As being a TI, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who you come in contact with. Be aware of the places that you eat. Be aware of the things that you drink. Now, when some individuals are there dealing within these dark arts, they have to use certain things or certain rituals, certain spells, if you want to say that, to try to affect you, affect your well-being. That's why I say, as being a TI, be real careful of the people that you have around you. Pay attention of the people that live around you. You know, one thing that I noticed here lately is these individuals that are operating or dealing in these dark arts, some of them, they don't hide. They let you know who they are from the time that you meet them. But I'm not going to go in detail what to look for, but it's just something that comes in your soul, or it comes in your spirit to tell you. You know, not saying that all individuals are dealing within these dark arts, but as soon as you meet these people and you look at them, it's just something about them that, oh, it sticks out. But that's just something to be aware of. Now, also be aware of the places you eat, the things you drink, because the goal of this TI program is to tear your body, your mind, and your soul down. Now, when we're talking about with the soul aspect of it, the soul aspect, I believe that's where a lot of those dark arts come in contact or come into play. People that know how to manipulate and use those dark arts. Now, am I saying that they're physically casting spells on you or different types of hexes on you? I don't know. I can't really say. But when you go in there and you look at how the TI program is set up, it takes somebody or an individual that has a real dark mind. And a lot of individuals that's dealing within these dark arts, they have to do certain different things that I really don't want to get into detail about. They have to do different things to achieve different effects or outcomes. So, when we look at this TI program, some of your handlers, some of your perpetrators, some of your game stalkers, some of those that may be at the real high level, they may be the individuals that's dealing in these dark arts. Also, me personally, I think some of these individuals that may be in different types of cults, different type of satanic cults, they also have a role within this targeted individual program. Because if you just look at the definition of cults, or you look at the people that are in cults, that's a part of cults, the main purpose or the main reason is control. The main reason or the main purpose is control. Some people like to be controlled. That's why they join cults. The people that's leaders in cults, they like to control other individuals. But ultimately, it comes down to control. How can I control this individual? That's the purpose of this targeted individual program. How can I control them so bad that they want to get in such a low state, a low frequency, if you want to, or vibration, that then they want to be, that drives them to depression and then ultimately suicide. Now, when I say you must know your enemy, yes, I have did some research on different things, right? Not saying that I've actually delved into the dark arts, but you still must look out there up on the surface to see what's going on. Now, as being TIs, there's different things that you can do to try to counteract at your attacks, right? Now, you may want to listen to different types of music. You may want to go out and take you a walk. I'm talking about a walk when you get out and you're actually getting out in nature or some nature trail. You know, things like that. The goal or the objective is to calm your mind, calm your body, calm your soul. That's the main objective. Because the purpose of this TI program is to always have you where you're anxious, where your anxiety, you're stressful. That's the main purpose of this TI program. So us as being TIs, when you come home from work, if you're working, or anytime you get an opportunity where you're by yourself, the goal is to try your best to calm your mind. Okay, whether you want to pray, whether you want to meditate, whether you want to listen to calm music, whether if you want to go in there and you want to just take a bath, you know, relax. We have to look for things to calm our mind. Because I was reading this book, and I forget what book it was, but the book was talking about, like, say for instance, if you're someone who likes to skip rocks, you know, on a lake, right? Now, when you go on the lake and you skip, when you get ready to skip rocks and skip pebbles, you know, if you look at the lake is most likely calm. You know, there's no waves. You know, the water is just calm. So the calmer that water is, right, the easier it is for you to skip that pebble or that rock, right? Now, just imagine if that water was choppy. It was all wavy. What's the likelihood of you being able to skip a pebble? Now, when you look at that, you look at that water as being your mind. You want your mind as calm as possible, right? So when it's time for you to bring a thought into that, you're not bringing a thought, or that you can think of your thought as the pebble or the rock. Now, when it's time for you to sit down and concentrate and bring a thought into that, you're not bringing a thought into all choppy types of water or into a clouded mind. That's basically what I'm saying. Now, with these dark arts, I'm not telling you to be scared. I'm not telling you to think everybody is doing this, but it's just different things that you need to be aware of as being a TI. And I'm not telling you to go out here and start doing different types of spells on people, learning how to do different types of hexes and rituals on people. But I'm just saying, as being a TI, we need to know what we're up against. Body, mind, and soul. That's what they're trying to destroy. Now, also, right, with these, with your government, right? With your government, just don't think, I know I talked about government, I talked about religion, and I've talked about certain organizations. And now I'm adding in the aspect of the dark arts. Now, when we talk about government, okay, some of your officials that's at the high level government, whether it's government, law enforcement, at the federal and at the state level, and then also when you're looking at some of your court systems, these individuals, they already know, or if they're not into, they already know about these dark arts, these situations. So just be aware of that. You know, I don't want you to be scared, be fearful, because that's the goal. But just like I stated earlier, know your enemy. Know the force that's coming up against you. Also, if you're someone who's into religion, whatever religion that may be, then continue to study in your religion if it's helping you out within this program. I'm not going to tell you to stop it. Now, just continue that. Get stronger in your faith if it's helping you. Like if you're a Christian, then make sure that you're prayed up. If you're someone who don't like to pray, then another thing that has helped me personally is meditation. And I'm not saying I don't like to pray, but I'm just saying I look at different avenues of how to help myself within this targeted individual program. So meditation, just different things that you can do to help you throughout this process. Now, basically, TIs, that's all I have right now. Like I said, just make sure that you go out there and you do your research. It's just like when you get into it, it's just like in the Egyptian times, you know, and I'm not promoting that. It's just from my studies that I've, different areas that I've looked at, and I'm not promoting anything. I'm not telling you to go and check this out. But like I said, when you're enrolled in this TI program, you have to try to figure out what's going on. And not only do you must know your enemy, but you must know yourself. Know thyself. You must know yourself. What's you and what's not you. How far you will go in a situation and how far you won't go. The things that you will do and that you won't do. And I'm not promoting any type of Egyptian religion, any type of dark art. I'm not promoting that. But as being an individual, especially if you're into the targeted individual program, you must know yourself. Know who you are. All right, TIs, y'all have a blessed day, a blessed evening. Stay calm. Make sure you continue to eat right. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure that you're taking your vitamins. Make sure that you're going to the doctor. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I'll talk to you later. All right.